Welcome, fans, to USA Championship Wrestling. KC Gold alongside Boyd Bradford.
The broadcaster for the ages, Boyd Bradford.
Oh, my gosh. Well, fans, we are here this week for a special Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert Mid-South Wrestling tribute show. We're going to take a look at some footage from Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert in Bill Watts' Mid-South territory. And fans, you want to stay tuned and take a look at that. But, Boyd, I can't get over what we talked about and saw last week with that big brawl from the Oman Arena.
Well, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And what's going to result out of all of it is the lover boy Matt Riviera and Wildfire Tommy Rich have challenged Dangerous Doug Gilbert and Jerry the King Lawler to a Falls Count Anywhere in the County match at the Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert Memorial Tribute Show at the Oman Arena in Jackson, Tennessee on March the 9th.
Well, that's going to be a huge main event. Huge. Dangerous Doug Gilbert, Jerry the King Lawler, Matt Riviera, and Tommy Rich, all Falls Count Anywhere in Madison County. In Madison County. Not just Oman Arena, Madison County.
This thing could go on, it could go on for days.
It could go on for months.
But it's going to start here March 9th at Oman Arena.
It's going to start there. But right now, Boyd, we're going to take a look at a classic Eddie Gilbert Mid-South Wrestling moment.
This event, one fall or television time remaining. In the red corner, who wants it known, never to be announced anymore, from Lexington, Tennessee, but that he lives in every girl's dream. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. And across the ring in the blue corner, his opponent, Jimmy Backlund.
Every girl's dream, huh? Well, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, ladies and gentlemen, and it should be quite a battle here between two fine young junior heavyweights. I think we can use that term. And both these men in that category, Jimmy Backlund, fine amateur background, and Hot Stuff with the biggest ego in wrestling, Joel, at this point in time.
Well, Hot Stuff's ego is certainly tremendous, but his athletic ability and his experience is really improving here in the Mid-South. He's faced some of the toughest people around, and I think he has gained in experience and technical ability because of it. Backlund there just about gained a fall on Gilbert, but Gilbert has really become extremely aggressive, shows a lot of fire. He's really explosive. Powerful young man.
Former Pro Wrestling Rookie of the Year, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, has got a tremendous career ahead of him if he can just control his ego.
Backlund firing away with right crosses. He's stunning Gilbert. Gilbert backs into the ropes. Backlund unable to take Gilbert off his feet. And Gilbert catches him with a hard knee lift. Oh, he sets him up. He calls that maneuver the hot shot. And he nailed Jimmy Backlund with it.
1, 2, 3, hot shot, there he is. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert with his patented maneuver, the hot shot. And
ladies and gentlemen, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert has requested and has been granted time by the Mid-South Wrestling to present an announcement at this time.
Thank you, Boyd Pierce. You know, I have a great, great legion of fans, I think. And they've really overwhelmed me here lately with their support. You know, it's hard being a celebrity like I am. It's hard being great looking like I am without these young girls and ladies really pestering you and bothering you. See, it's hard for me to even go to hotels. I've been asked at some hotels not even to stay there because girls keep calling, girls keep coming. They jar up the telephone lines, and the hotels ask me to leave just because Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert is the best looking professional wrestler in wrestling today. And I realize that. And see, and I understand too that after a lot of my matches, a lot of my fans, and I'm sure there's a lot of them, they want a piece of Hot Stuff. They want something of mine. They want a touch. They want my autograph. They just want something. So, boy, with the brain that I have, I came up with a solution to that. I came up with a great solution to that. What we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert's solution to all you girls out there that's ever wanted a piece of hot stuff. Please control yourself, please, please, please. I'm about to unveil something here that will shock the wrestling world and will probably make all you people sitting at home start sweating and go in shock and want to grab a hold of your TV set and pull it up next to you and put those rosy red lips of yours up to this. So what I'm going to do is, oh, this is hard, this is hard, this is hard. This is hard. I'm seriously, I'm telling you, please, please control yourselves when this happens. When I take this black covering off, I want everyone to control themselves, please. Because I realize that what you're about to see is going to make you just tremble and smile. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let me show you what I've done for some lucky person. Now, I went to a lot of time, Boyd Pierce and you people, and a lot, and I mean I stress this greatly, a lot of expense to have this beautiful, beautiful portrait. There's not another one like it in the world fixed and made. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a little offer to all you wrestling fans watching, a little contest here. You've always been asking about how can you have a piece of hot stuff. Well, all you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is write in 25 words or less why you would like to have this portrait. My gift, I'm giving this out of the heart of myself. My gift, 25 words or less, just send it in care of Mid-South Sports and Eddie Gilbert, and this will be theirs, Boyd Pierce. And I know it's a lot to be given, but I think somebody deserves it.
There you are, ladies. Whatever turns you on, different strokes for different folks. Let's go back now to Jim and Joel at the desk for the details.
Well, he's certainly he's a humble little fella, I guess, huh? Well, in any event, girls, if you would like to win that beautiful portrait, it is a beautiful portrait, as a matter of fact. The address is on the screen. You can write Hot Stuff, care of Mid-South Sports, 116 West Breckenridge in Bixby, Oklahoma, 74008. 25 words or less why you like to have that beautiful portrait in your home, your room, or wherever. Maybe your garage. But in any event, ladies and gentlemen, that is the way that situation is. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert has made his statement.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match of Mid-South Wrestling, one fall with a 10-minute time limit.
Hey, I'm going to do the introduction here, Ross. You just stand there and look intelligent if you can. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you one half of the Mid-South Tag Team Champions, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert.
And ladies and gentlemen, Hot Stuff's opponent at 215 pounds from the state of Texas, Steve Dahl.
Steve Dahl from Texas taking on Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert from Lexington, Tennessee, under the managership of Sir Oliver Humperdinck. Bill?
Well, I tell you, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert's different. He is one half of the Mid-South Tag Team Champions. And of course, the mystery is this stolen portrait. And I think, like the fans, I have my doubts. You know, it's rumored that Hot Stuff got so attached to his own portrait, he couldn't stand the thought of having to give it up. He sits in front of the fireplace and doesn't even watch television. He's looking at his own portrait. That was a very expensive portrait. I've never seen somebody spend that much money on a portrait for themselves. He's got quite an ego. Steve Dahl out here. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. We're going to try to do everything to get to the bottom of the missing portrait mystery, because he has promised here on Mid-South Television that he would give it. We have selected a winner, and we think that he should have to live up to his promises. Arm drag by Steve Dahl. Steve Dahl, a young, good-looking athlete. keeps coming back. He's had some tough contests here on Mid-South, but he realizes, like anybody else, it's a great place to come and find out if you really got what it takes to measure up. Professional wrestling. I have some fantastic news. Some fantastic news. Fans have written we have received more mail about 2 stars, or actually 3 stars, than everywhere in Mid-South. The Rock and Roll Express and Terry Taylor. And Terry Taylor has notified us that he will be back in the Mid-South area beginning Christmas. Terry Taylor will be coming back. That's fantastic news. I know you all will greet that. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert with the hot shot. He takes the measure, young Steve Dahl, but Steve Dahl is improving, Boyd.
And we'll be back with the second Mid-South TV tournament bout after this word from Mid-South Wrestling. This event, one fall, or television time remaining for the Mid-South TV title tournament bout. In the red corner from Lexington, Tennessee, and the House of Humperdinck, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. And across the ring from Atlanta, Georgia, in the blue corner, Jake the Snake. Your referee, Carl Fergie.
Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, there you see, was Sir Oliver Humperdinck.
Here, but look at Jake Roberts. Don't tell me that he don't look like a low-down snake of a dog anyway. He'd do just about anything to win the matches, I can see. And right there, you got Eddie Gilbert going ahead and almost catching the foul line, Jake Roberts.
All right, I want to clarify something right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jim Ross along with Dick Slater at ringside. Joel Watts.
Special guest commentator.
Exactly right, a special guest commentator.
Mr. Dick Slater.
All right, Mr. Dick Slater is with us, ladies and gentlemen. Joel Watts has bowed out of this situation at this point in time. Mr. Slater, one of the prime candidates for the Mid-South Television Championship, victorious in his tournament match, very controversial, I might add, last week against Al Perez. But be that as it may.
You would be biased, wouldn't you? You would say something controversial about me as long as I'm standing here. But I'm going to go over here and take a look at Jake Roberts and Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Of course, Humperdinck, one of the most successful managers of professional wrestling today. As you can see right there, Jake Roberts twisting Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert's fingers. That's an illegal move.
Well, that's extremely debatable, but I don't plan on being here to debate you. I do look forward to your insight as to the strategy that both these men will employ in this contest.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, being that I may end up having to wrestle either one of these gentlemen, Jake Roberts or Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, for the television championship. Of course, there's so many top competitors for this championship, and the way the tournament's set up, I could be wrestling anybody. Jake Roberts could be wrestling anybody, but right now, Jake Roberts is in a really tough match against a nice man like Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert.
And I'm sure you're going to say that the man we just saw on the screen, Sir Oliver Humperdinck's also a nice man.
Oh, he's a great individual. Have you spent any time with Sir Oliver Humperdinck? He's a great individual. He's got a mind on him to professional wrestling. Everything he's ever managed has been a champion.
Look
at Humongous. Look at Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert in the Nightmare, the Mid-South Tag Team Champions. And you see right now, Jake Roberts twisting. Jake Roberts. That's the best about Jake Roberts. The only thing that Jake Roberts really has going for him is that DDT. I've never seen Jake Roberts beat another man with any other hold other than the DDT. As far as I'm concerned, there's a lot of dangerous holds in professional wrestling, and the DDT has to be classified as probably one of the most dangerous holds that you'd ever have to get into. They once outlawed the pile driver. Now they should outlaw the DDT.
Well, that's only your opinion. It's not the opinion of Mid-South Sports, I'll tell you that, because it's a very legal maneuver. It is cruel but fair, as the shirt says.
You can break a man's neck, and you know that I've never done that to anybody myself.
No, but you attempted to break Butch Reed's neck just a few weeks ago here on television.
Butch Reed's a low-down dog anyway. I don't appreciate Grizzly Smith at all, the matchmakers Mid-South. I came here for a special mission, and all of a sudden, I got to wrestle and put my lady up for 30 days. There's no way that she's going to go through that. There's no way that I'm ever going to have that happen to Dick Slater.
Well, let's focus on the match at hand. We've got a very interesting confrontation here. Jake Roberts with all the leverage.
Eddie Gilbert's going to beat Jake Roberts. I feel it right now. I'm going to make a prediction. Because Jake Roberts is so cocky, he thinks he can just about beat anybody. And right now, Jake Roberts is working on Hot Stuff's arm, but just like any other profession in professional wrestling, so there he goes. Jake Roberts goes ahead and lays a big right hand on the top of Eddie Gilbert's head. That's an illegal move.
Well, no one said that Jake Roberts followed the rules to the letter every time he gets in the ring. But you made one very astute statement. That is that Jake Roberts can beat anybody that I've ever seen get in the ring if he can execute the DDT.
That's
a legal
Jake
maneuver.
Now take a look at Jake Roberts. and take a look at that sinister face he's got on him and tell me that Jake Roberts wouldn't do just about anything to win a match. Well, right now, he's got Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert in a bad way, but I guess right here pretty soon the tide's going to change, and as you see right there, Eddie Gilbert dished out a legal blow, and now Jake Roberts, well, see right there, Eddie Gilbert was a little too quick in thinking, so you got to do a lot of thinking right there, and Jake Roberts pulls him by the hair right back down and not harm again.
Well, I think Eddie Gilbert has, of course, been on the defensive. Jake Roberts has controlled the tempo and has controlled this match from the outset. I will say that. Eddie Gilbert is a tough man. I'll agree with you in that situation. He is a very tough man, very opportunistic, and he raked the eyes, a blatant infraction of the rules.
See, there's a very smart move. Jake Roberts got them big old long legs, and Eddie Gilbert was able to get right down underneath him and come up with that combination of moves that he did right there. And now, of course, Eddie Gilbert, he's got a little bit of power going around there.
Well, he may have.
He knows what he's doing, though, see?
And he's making a quick exit. Gilbert tried to go right to the well, but it was dry. Jake Roberts. Gilbert. Why is Gilbert?
Well, you know why Gilbert's running there? Jake Roberts is using his fist in every move he's got. Now Jake Roberts made a very stupid individual move and found himself caught right there. You know, Humperdinck has trained his men very well, you know.
Well, he is, of course, 5 times manager of the year, professional wrestling, and right now, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert taking over on the man with the DDT, Jake the Snake Roberts, and as we see the tide turning here on Mid-South Wrestling, this television tournament match, one fall or TV time remaining.
I told you he was going to win this match, didn't I? There you go, right there. That's it right there, I'm guaranteed. Oh, jeez.
1, 2.
Jake Roberts is very lucky to kick out of that one.
Jake Roberts is a competitor, no doubt about it. He has a solid support of the fans. It's really great to hear the DDT chant everywhere he goes, any arena in the country. They want to see it.
Jake Roberts, do you hear him chant Jake Roberts like they chant Vic Slater, like they chant Journey? You know, everywhere Journey and I go, is everybody's got a little nasty sign for her. I'm tired of that myself. I deal with a lot of respect everywhere I've gone in this world. And right now you see Eddie Gilbert's got Jake Roberts in a real bad position. And that's right. Hit him back like that because Jake Roberts has a discount because he did the same thing to Eddie Gilbert.
Well, let's try to keep our comments unbiased. You're the guest commentator.
I'm not a biased commentator. I'm sitting here and I'm calling it play by play. Right there, okay, that's Jake Roberts is down. He's came out of it again.
Well, a well-executed inside drop cradle Eddie Gilbert had on Jake Roberts, but Jake with that long, lanky frame kicked out.
Some kind of grease in his hair or something where Hot Stuff can't hook them hands together. I know in Jake Roberts, he's bound to have something up his sleeve.
Well, I don't see why you have to be so negative at every situation.
You think Jake Roberts is very good looking? I don't think he's very. I think he's a low-down dog myself.
Snake Roberts.
Snake, yeah, Snake, yeah. The Snake.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, now remember this match, one fall or television time remaining. Jake Roberts with that knee lift.
There he goes, right back to punching the guy again. There he goes. There, he set him up for the DDT, and a legal hold should be barred for professional wrestling. And if I can do something about it, there he goes again, maybe smart move. Oh, see what I mean? And then he goes his neck.
The DDT, everybody is standing, and we have got a winner in the television tournament. Jake the Snake Roberts with the DDT, a legal maneuver, I might add, and we'll be back.
That stuff's face. Look at him, look at him.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with more exciting Mid-South Wrestling after this word from the Mid-South Sports Network.
Well, fans, there you have it, some classic footage of Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and Bill Watts' Mid-South territory. And boy, I'm going to tell you what, Eddie Gilbert was one of the best. There's so many clips that we could show. We just don't have time to show you all of them.
Well, you know what? He was one of the finest in Mid-South Wrestling. You know, it was a big man's territory. You had guys like Dr. Death Steve Williams. You had guys like Ted DiBiase, the one-man gang, all of these very big, charismatic men. But Eddie Gilbert stood out above them all.
Well, he stood tall in a big man's world in Mid-South. And I'm going to tell you, Hot Stuff International, him, Rick Steiner, and Sting. I mean, you're talking about Hall of Famers These guys were all Hall of Famers.
And they learned under the learning tree, under the wing of Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert.
Absolutely. And that brings us to March the 9th at Oman Arena. And Boyd already signed to be there, handsome Jimmy Valiant, Phil Hickerson, and culminating that night, the tag team match.
That's right. There's going to be another Gilbert.
The main event, Falls Count Anywhere in Madison County, Jerry the King Lawler, Dangerous Doug Gilbert, taking on the Loverboy Matt Riviera and Tommy Rich.
Right. Well, as we saw last week, Jerry Lawler pushed it too far. He pushed it too far, and that's why this match is happening. That's why the Loverboy is finally going to get his revenge. Tommy Rich, Wildfire Tommy Rich, is finally going to get his revenge, and you're going to see the last of Jerry the King Lawler and Dangerous Doug Gilbert.
Well, there's a lot of men that have said those exact same words, Boyd, and they are still here.
Well, these men are going to be buried somewhere in the county, I assure you.
Well, all I'm going to tell you is this, fans, if you don't have your tickets, get your tickets for that big night of action, March the 9th, Oman Arena, the Eddie Gilbert Memorial Tribute Show. We'll see you back here next week.